In this episode, we're going to take a look at a role-playing game that I've had my eye on for a little bit, and I finally got it. So, stick around! Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name's Rob, and in this episode, we will be taking a look at a role-playing game that I've been eyeing for a little bit, but I didn't get until recently because, frankly, the price was right. I found it at my local Ollie's, of all places, and the game is Stranger Things Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set. Now, I have to be honest, I'm just not really into new role-playing games. I love collecting older ones, and I hunt them down and add them to my collection. But newer ones, maybe it's because I don't have a gaming group nowadays, so I don't really hunt for the new stuff. And believe me, the prices nowadays are crazy to begin with. So, the thing is, what really grabbed my attention about this was Stranger Things. I mean, I'm a big fan of the show. This seems to come with some really neat stuff, and like I said, the price was right. So, it's still sealed, so let's crack this baby open and see what's inside. Okay, folks, here we go. Welcome to Saving Throws. It's been a while since I did one of these. I used to talk about more role-playing game books on the channel, and yeah, just haven't in a while. And now, since I'm making the time to add a third episode every week, I'll have time to do more of them. So I can't wait to look at some of those old vintage role-playing game books like we used to. Anyway, we're kicking things off with something that's not vintage, but it's trying to get that vintage look to it. And I think they did a pretty good job. I mean, they have the original Dungeons & Dragons font up here, starter set, you know, everything you need to embark on a Stranger Things adventure. But the things that kind of, you know, take the nostalgia away from me looking at this, the big Hasbro Gaming logo here. Wizards of the Coast, I can deal with that. But this Hasbro Gaming thing just bums me out. It kind of takes me out of that nostalgic feeling while looking at this. Now, first things first, looking at this, great artwork. Like I said, this is just a very nostalgic, you know, red box back in the day look to it. And exclusive Demogorgon figures included, 2 of them. So I'm pretty excited about that. So without further ado, let's open this up and see what's all inside. Okay. Got this insert here. Got a bag of just a set of dice. Nice. Always, always have room for more dice. Have a huge bag as it is, but you can always add to it. Nice blue color, so I dig it. That's nice. Have to hide those from my son. He has gone through my dice bag and stolen all the ones he likes, just for the simple fact that they look like little gems, and hopefully with that fascination I can get him into gaming eventually. But anyway, here are the Demogorgon miniatures. One is painted, one is not. I believe the whole thing is they're giving you one that you can paint yourself, but why bother? They should have just did the applications like they did here. And it might be a little bit blurry, but I mean, they're pretty decent. Let's take this. The rubber, wow, that's interesting. I expected them to be hard plastic. So they're rubber. Very interesting. Don't think I'm a fan of that. Well, let's just keep them out. We don't need to put them back in this. Or we might just to have the box intact for display. So yeah, let's just put that back in there. Oh, back in their little box. So we'll put that off to the side and see what all is in here. Oh wow, character sheets. Okay. So the starter set rulebook. I'm assuming this is going to be 5th edition, which I have no idea of, so maybe this will teach me a thing or two. Oh, this looks like a scene from the show of their playmat and miniatures. They have some sample text from the show. I don't know if, I can't remember exactly if this is from the show or something that they wrote for this. And it's good because it just gives people idea on how to play, because it has, you know, a script, if you will, of how things go. So that's kind of cool. Got getting started, the structure of play, thing about the dice. Talks about the 6 abilities, the core rules, advantage and disadvantage. Ability checks, proficiency bonus, contests, skills, strength checks. You know, I'm a big fan of the D20 system. I wish they would have just kept that. What was that, 3rd edition? Very happy with the D20 system. And it was an open license, so you got all these awesome books that were built off of it. And I loved collecting those at the time, and kind of creating my own world out of those books and the core D&D or D20 modern books. So anyway, chapter 2 is combat, and it all seems pretty normal. Order of combat, surprise, initiative. Has a cool picture here from season 2. Your turn, bonus actions, activities of your turn, reactions, breaking up your move, difficult terrain, being prone. So they seem to cover a lot of ground with this pretty small book. Stabilizing a creature, so healing rules. Knocking a creature out. Adventuring, travel, marching order, long jumps, high jumps, climbing and swimming, resting, short rest, long rest. Rewards, equipment, carrying capacity. Got some basic armors and weapons here. Adventuring gear, mounts, tack and harness, food, drink, and lodging. We got spell casting. Oh, here we go. Basic bard spells, cleric spells, paladin, ranger, wizard. It only goes up to 3rd level, though. That's interesting. I guess they don't expect this campaign to get past that, or they expect you to buy the rest of the books, which doesn't surprise me. Magic items. Monsters. Of course, my favorite of any book, the monsters. So what we have here: bugbear, cultist, demigorgon, doppelganger, an evil mage, flame skull, a tiny undead. Huh. A ghoul, a giant spider, goblins, hobgoblins, an ochre jelly, ogre, orc, owlbear, skeleton, sturge, Thessal hydra, troglodyte, twig blight, wolf, young green dragon, zombie. So you get a good smattering of everything there. Got a thing on conditions here. So this is as basic as you can get, which is pretty cool. I mean, guess that's what you would want. So here we have their, Mike Wheeler's adventure book. So this is pretty neat. Got Will the Wise here. Notes to myself as Dungeon Master. The whole story. Audience with Sir Tristan. This is laid out pretty good for giving you an idea on how to run a game. Like the map there, that's cool. This is very first edition looking. I like that. I really dig that. The Upside Down. Here we go. A weapon forged with metal from the Upside Down. That's kind of neat. Upside Down Encounters. The Proud Princess. The Demigorgon. Looks just like the one in the OG Monster Manual. I dig that. That's awesome. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, that gets you a really good start on a first adventure. So, major props to that. And it being, relative to the show, super cool. So, I really like that. So, let's put these to the side. And here we go. Here are the character sheets that you can use. Have a level 3 Bard, level 3 Cleric, level 3 Paladin, 3rd level Ranger, 3rd level Wizard. What the heck? No fighter? Wizard, Ranger, Paladin, Cleric, Bard. No barbarian, no fighter. What the heck? What kind of adventuring party is this? Who's gonna kick the door in? Come on now. Anyway, pretty cool. I'm glad I paid a reduced fee for it, because if I would have paid full price for it, I think I would have been majorly disappointed. But for the price I paid, I'm happy. It was more than half off. And I just think it's a cool box to have and a cool bit of lore from the show. So I can really dig that. So anyway, I think that's that. So back to me. Anyway, back to me. Yeah, I have to say I'm kind of underwhelmed by this box set. I mean, it's kind of neat. And if you're a fan of the show, it offers some really neat things that relate to the first season of the show, mostly because of the role-playing game aspect of it. It comes with 2 miniatures, which is cool, but I'm not really pleased with their craftsmanship. I mean, they look great, but the fact that they're rubbery, yeah, I guess I'm old school when it comes to miniatures, and I mean, metal is one thing, but a hard plastic would have been a better alternative than a rubbery one. But I guess that saves on stepping on it in a dark room and, hurting yourself. So you got that going for it. It's cool to get another set of dice. I mean, I have hundreds of dice as it is, but there's always room for more. And as far as gaming rules go, I don't think this will help anybody jump in on a gaming group. I mean, this is like tailored for this box set, and I think you only get what they wanted to give you. And I was hoping for a little bit more because, like I said, I'm not very familiar with new Dungeons and Dragons, and I kind of wanted to learn a thing or two, and unfortunately it doesn't look like I will. But as far as, the show and having a bit of memorabilia from the show, thumbs up. Glad I did not pay full price for it. I was looking at it, for the past couple years, whenever I had a couple extra bucks, and just never pulled the trigger on it. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I got it for a much reduced price at my local Ollie's. So, for the price, I'm happy for it, to have it. But, yeah, if I would have bought this at Target the couple times that I saw it there, I think I would have been really bummed out. But it is what it is. I'm not going to glean any new info from it other than things from the show. I really like Mike's D&D Game Master book. That's really cool. The character sheets, I wish they would have offered a full array of all the different classes for you to choose. I know these are supposed to be the party that they had in the show, but if that's the case, then they should have had the character names on the sheets, and they don't. They're left for you to name. So, I don't know. All in all, if I had to review this, yeah, thumbs down. But for the price, and if you're a fan of the show, thumbs up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the other episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky!